There we go.
I broke pose really quickly. It was bad. I saw my face and I was like, "That ain't it. That ain't it. Don't do it."
You need to commit. You need to commit. Whatever the first face you're pulling is, you need to just stay.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't the face I thought I was pulling versus the one I saw. I was like, no.
You learn to pick what your three best poses are and stick to them. Like shuffle through.
Is this not the instructor trick, guys?
That's the instructor trick. You learn your poses. You learn your poses.
Okay. So you know when it's 3, 2, 1.
I'm still learning.
Yeah, you workshop them. I feel like Joe is such a handsome man. I feel like he can't do any wrong.
He doesn't need. He needs to just show up and then be like,
"Oh, you're great for my ego. You're really, really good for my ego. I won't.
You're terrible for mine. You're absolutely terrible."
Oh please, Ed. Oh please. I mean, you know, you got your own swagger like this. Okay, so don't come here and try and be cute.
I am a solid 6.97. Joe's late. Doesn't work out.
Please help me understand 9.7. What?
You need to just, I'm being specific. Let me just share us in the group here. Hello to everyone in the building. Hello. Welcome to the podcast, the Pow Wow Podcast, Season 2, Episode 3. I got the amazing Joe. That way. The amazing Joe and the amazing Samo in the building. How is everybody doing?
I really am. I'm really enjoying these Pow Wow sessions. I think it's really nice to actually just have a little bit of a relaxed
downtime
conversation. Yeah. And actually I think it's good to just get to know each other on a personal level, get to see a little bit more personality. So yeah, thank you for organizing this. I'm excited to be featured in season 1, episode 17.
No, season 3,
episode 1. I feel like this is a phase for the features episode.
Can we just have a moment of the fact that you didn't listen to what he said? Can we just have a moment about that?
He missed it completely.
You just put yourself in a season 1 of something that has been happening. No, guy, not today.
We're in season 2, fam. We're in season 2.
I'm even more touched now, actually. Maybe I should have listened to that. It might have been a good thing for all of us.
In your defense, you weren't around in Jeff yet when season 1 happened. I don't think.
Yeah,
it was a while back.
We weren't blessed with the Jonas yet.
Not yet. And then now that you're here, though, the views and the shares are going up, fam. That's why I went.
Ed, what are you trying to say about my contributions? If everything now is going to level up just because Joe's here, what's the disrespect? I'm sorry. Can you say it louder? What's the disrespect?
You got the ball rolling, and now we're injecting a little bit of nitrous into the engine.
Okay, good cover up, because I was about to be like, wait. Not me, not she, not I. Okay, I got you.
We can share this. Zamo.
There's only love here. You guys are my boys. Please.
Team, let us know if you're in the house, please.
We got a couple people. We got Dom in the background there. Excited.
Hello, Dom.
We have Sharon Lifkowitz in the building. I keep thinking I'm going to butcher her name, but she's excited to hear the banter. And between the three of us, there's always a little bit of banter going on.
Hey, and a whole bunch of shade. It's the Amazon here.
I mean, Ed, I don't know if you've actually witnessed Samoa and myself. It's quite an interesting duo. Yeah, it's quite a shady situation, but with so much love. I think we bring each other down to earth quite often, and then we building each other up.
No. I'm always grounded. It's Joe that needs to be brought. Joe, don't pretend. Don't pretend. Me, I'm always grounded. My feet are firmly placed. It's you that, and I'm like, bring it though. Bring it back.
Fine, valid. I'll take it. With a pencil.
I love that you're like, okay, whatever.
There've been a couple of times when we're in a meeting or something, and all the agenda stuff is out the way, and we're just talking to each other. How many times I wish we could just press record and just release this to the public? Because the gems that come out of the meetings that we have.
Something to witness, right? I really thought, I obviously come from the entertainment industry, and it was always interesting, like being like around a lot of people that are musos because they're super dramatic. And then like, are you gonna counter everything I say?
No. I need you to educate me. Musos.
Yeah, like I.
The man's a proper artist, bro. The man's a proper artist. Tell her.
No, guys, this is some jargon that what are you, like musicians?
Yeah.
Oh, this young people talk. No, I wasn't there, but now I know. No, I know that I didn't know what musos was. I was like, he talking about that? Okay, I got you. Carry on.
Yeah, and like they were like quite a dramatic group of people, and we always thought like put a group of musos together, and it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with. And then
eclectic.
I joined Jeff, and I put a lot of sporty people together, and hey, we're on the exact same train. So it hasn't been much of a change. I think the dramatic vibe is still like very much on top.
Listen, yeah.
Thriving it.
You say dramatic, I say yes.
Same but different.
Tis true.
Oh, brilliant! Tell me, Joe. Like, how's the vibe between you and Louis? Like, I know you guys are doing a whole program thing, launching now. Like Louis has this way. When I did my Given Horns program with him a couple months back, he has a way of like taking whatever energy you have, even if I'm having a low day, I'll walk in and be like, I'm not actually keen today, and he'll be like, I'm having none of that. Ahoy, Millies. Like, like a banana.
I mean, I think that's probably.
No, go.
Okay. Wait. No, like you've hit the nail on the head. I think we know Louis as quite a hype man, and it's sometimes like very, very, very beneficial in those situations. I think it's been great in our sessions. I think the one thing that I've loved about working with him is just like that. He's got that constant push and drive. So when we're recording and filming, that boy gives his absolute everything. And I think it's super motivating to be able to see that on screen. I think a lot of people, and I think that's what we spoke into last night as well, is, and I'll repeat this again. Oh, now I'm seeing Jenna saying, am I feeling special on the screen? Jenna, honestly, yes, I am. And so what we spoke about yesterday is like, it's just a phrase that says comparison is a thief of joy. And I think it's like, it's such a true thing. And we easily compare ourselves to others. And I think a lot of times, like especially for members and individuals that might be watching the videos and like not necessarily keeping up with the instructor or the coach, they feel like demotivated by it. And it's the opposite. Like we're all on a different journey. We're all in a different space of what we're currently doing. And I honestly feel that it's more motivating for me. So I think that's been like, sorry, I'm quite a long-winded person. I need you guys to know this. So
yes, we know.
So it's like, it's just on that front to actually write a session and see it come to life with what he does. I think it's going to be super, super motivating for the community to actually just follow and push with what we're doing and the energy that he is giving. So yeah,
it's going to be fun though.
100%. The banter's always good as well. I mean, you know, you got to have.
I mean, but you're involved. How can it not be? Hey,
the
Mr.
one
Shade
compliment I've
himself.
gotten from you in the past 8 months, and I will take it.
I mean, yeah, you can have it. I don't think you've got any more left for the rest of the year. Hey, you're welcome. I think I felt a piece of me die when I gave it. Oopsie.
One thing I love about Zamo is Zamo says it like it is. So and then who's in the background there?
Oh no, that was my dad coming to tell me that my baby's crying, but she'll be okay.
I mean, you can bring her onto the stream. No one will mind. No one will mind.
No, then there'll be a crying baby on the screen. Nobody needs that. It's okay.
How cute a crier is she?
Well, see, this is the thing. Cries are cute when they're not yours, and that you can give them back to the human that produced them, that can then go and deal with the crying. When the crying is yours and there's no one else that you can pass the baby to, zero cuteness.
Reasons I don't have kids yet. I'm not a selfless enough person yet to be like, I legitimately, no lie, legitimately, I'll be that dad who has a crying baby while simultaneously having noise canceling headphones on. Like, I'll take care of you, but I don't have to listen to you cry.
Oh, so you're you're gonna be one of
That
those
guy.
guys where the wife is literally doing this. You're gonna activate
Wait.
this. That's what exactly. It's gonna be the oh no, am I about to catch a case? What's happening?
Zama, can I ask
Like-
you like a serious question? Sorry, I don't want to take away
Okay.
from the banter, but like
Okay, go ahead.
I always like when we're in meetings and we speak to like the coaches that are moms that are working. I mean, like we all know what we do on a day-to-day basis, and like the days are filled, and obviously you still have the responsibility of kids. And I think for all the moms that are currently here can relate, and even us that just spectate kids from an outside perspective, like they're hard work. No matter what is
Yes,
said for your child, there's still work.
No,
So like
yes.
my question to you is just like, and I think it could be beneficial for some people watching, like how do you prioritize yourself and still navigate around like all these responsibilities you're doing plus taking care of your kids? I don't know if that it's quite a hectic question, like on the spot, but would like to
It's
just
a lot. But no, because I'm living my program, right? So basically it's just choosing me unapologetically, and also knowing that in doing that, see, it's the guilt-free thing, guys, because you know, like guilt is a thing, but to do it guilt-free, knowing firstly that I'm teaching my kids to prioritize themselves. Oh, that word, I've been saying it so much, but but it teaches them that if they choose themselves, it's okay. It's not something that they need to do with guilt. And I'm also giving them a healthy example of that I am still me, a human being on my own, and they add to my life. They do not make my life. And similarly, that when they grow up, that they can understand that people that are around you, people that you love, people that, you know, that are in your circle, do not make you a whole human being. They just add to who you are. So for me to like, I don't try and do it all. I think that's also the biggest thing is I don't try to do it all because I'm setting myself up for failure, because I mean, like how all is a lot, but I try to do my best. And I'm also very aware of what I'm willing to do each day. And that's what I'm going to do. If I'm not willing to do it, I actually don't have the energy to do more than to do more than that. And that's how I do it. And I just make sure that when I'm going to show up, I show up. And when I'm going to dedicate my energy to something, I dedicate my energy to it. And when I don't want to or I can't, then I don't.
I love that. So true.
It's just
Thank
I love how you're saying it like sort of like a black and white sort of nature. It's like a do or die. But are there days where you struggle to take your own advice and like things get a little
No,
bit worse?
I do. No, I do. Because I get to this is the thing also. I get to the point where then I realize myself. Because one of the things that I do is at the end of the day, when the house is quiet, I reflect. Right? I'm in bed, yes. And I'm sipping my last cup of something warm. And I'm just like, okay, so how was my day? And how do I feel about it? And how would I feel if tomorrow was the same? And if I'm not excited about what tomorrow is going to be, then this is the time to figure out what I'm not going to be handling tomorrow and what I need to adjust accordingly. And then that's pretty much it. But it's also taking that moment to be able to do that. If you don't do it, you're not going to better yourself or make it better the next day, are you? Because you're just going to wake up and do the same thing. And then you're going to be like, my God, what ain't happening? Why is Monday still on Wednesday?
I think.
Sorry, go, Jeff.
I think the one thing that like I just, and I'm so glad you said that, because it's something like I honestly do struggle with is doing things guilt free. And like I'm actually the one thing I've started incorporating, which has been incredible for me, is actually diarizing, and diarizing the good, diarizing the bad. Something like you just said, like if I ever hear like a phrase or a statement or advice that I feel I resonate with, I write it down. And I've started like compiling like just pages of things. And the whole idea around it is to eventually go and read back and see like
that's
how
beautiful.
far I've actually come based on how I was feeling with what was said in that time. But I mean, like I realized yesterday I have band rehearsals on Tuesday nights, and I was like, we want to start performing, and like I need to retain all these songs, and there's like 40 songs, and I was like, I'm just not in the space right now to do that. And I didn't really know like how to confront the situation because I'm so scared of disappointing others, and in retrospect feeling guilty about it. And like I just want to say, like, and like team, promise you this conversation was not pre-discussed. Like that advice that you just said is pretty much exactly what I needed to hear. And it's something that I need to learn to apply. And I know it doesn't come easy, but I know like actually putting thought and time into something will allow you to actually practically do it. So, thank you.
Yeah.
This Pow Wow
What-
benefited me, and I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Edgar's frozen.
Okay, it's frozen.
No, like, if you could like poke him, how cool would that be?
Wake up, man. Wake up.
I was going, oh, there you back.
Yeah, I just froze for a second, didn't I? it was as I was saying. It was as I was saying. What I love about like the way you look at things, and I like looking at stuff like that. Like you know how the way we treat exercise. Like okay, cool. I need to exercise my body. I'm going to get certain results and progress from exercising it, but I need to put the work in. Prioritizing yourself for me is like the same sort of thing. It's like there's certain exercises I can do daily, weekly, monthly that are going to get me to a point where I'm mentally in a better space. So I'm thinking about things a little bit better. I'm prioritizing myself a little bit better. But I need to put the work in order to get that result. And even if I'm only doing 1 or 2 small things a day, if I do those 1 or 2 small things a day consistently, same thing with exercise. The 1 or 2 small things every day is what adds up to the result at the end.
Yeah, but I think the problem though also is why we find it so hard to do these things is the existence of the word selfish, right? Because also remember that there'll always be people that will, when you decide to do something that's right for you, the people that are in your corner are going to make you feel like, oh, you're selfish. Or that line, oh my word, you've changed. Yeah, I've leveled up. What's the problem? You know, yeah, I've changed. I've grown. I've evolved. I'm now better than I was when you knew me the first time. What's the problem? If you're for me, shouldn't you be glad that things are manifesting better for me? Like I'm owning myself. I'm living my truth. I'm confident in who I am, that I can say yes and no when I choose. Why is that a bad thing? Who 100%. Are you then to me that it upsets you when I am in a destination of greatness? Shouldn't you want to elevate with me? Otherwise, bye. See ya.
Exactly. In growth comes change, 100%. 100%. We need to be changing. We need to be exchanging through experiences. I think I spoke to a client today as well about it, and I was like, we often try to protect others. I know as parents as well try to protect our kids from mistakes just merely because we feel that it's something that's going to hurt them. But a lot of times in the long run, it's what you need to actually gain experience and to grow as an individual. I am such a firm believer. I don't ever wish hardships upon anyone. I'm very empathetic. I think you guys know that about me as well. But I'm such a firm believer in allowing a person to go through a bit of a struggle, go through a hard time, and then like learn from it. And I think that's how a person grows on a daily basis. And like you said, within growth comes change. As long as you know that you're changing for the betterment of yourself, once again, coming into prioritizing yourself, then you're set up for success. So
yeah, and can I share with you like the most amazing thing that I heard, right? Because you know, like generally when you struggle, you feel like, oh, whoa, like things are bad. And if you go through a dark time, right? Like learning the power of no, right? And then you realize, oh, the people that were my friends, oh my gosh, what is going on now because they're not for me, all of that stuff. And then it seems really dark and it feels lonely, right? And I heard the saying and I was just like, oh my word. You know, sometimes you feel like you've been buried, but actually you've been planted. Everybody's mind.
Blow.
You know?
That is good.
I was just like, hi, y'all. This is it. I feel this. This is like into my bones. And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Like realizing your truth is going to make people uncomfortable. But nothing that is powerful or that is new in a situation that doesn't understand it is gonna just not cause issues. You know, it's not gonna cause rifts. It's not gonna affect other people. But you gotta choose you with conviction. Like my biggest thing also is, if you don't choose you, why do you expect other people to choose you? If you don't value yourself or hold yourself to high regard, why do you expect other people to? Like you must walk in the path that you want people to join you in. No, people, don't disrespect yourself and then expect other people to respect you. No.
Like, is there a petition I can sign to get Zamo as president? Like, surely there's a petition. Surely there's a
No.
thing. We can make a
I'm not-
rally.
I'm not what's this thing? I'm not balanced enough to be running other people's lives, because the whip I crack is a little bit too rough in that department. My tolerance is negative.
I mean that is not always a bad thing. Sometimes I've always said that one of my flaws as a coach and one of my flaws as a person is I'm sometimes a little bit too nice. Because there are a couple times where I've wanted to, and the person has probably needed me to just grab them by the shoulder, stare at them in the eyes, and shout at them like, "I don't understand why you're sabotaging yourself."
Wait, but see, I don't know if this is like a misconception where people think like I'm maybe I think I might have the way of wrapping the sternness in a nice bow. Because I don't find myself like I'm like strict or like I'm stern, but like I have my clients saying, "Oh no, she'll whip me into place," and I'm like, "I don't whip nobody."
But you're super straightforward though, so I don't think you're necessarily like strict. I just think you're real, and people aren't used to having real. Like we so easily fluff situations, like because we're scared to like hurt, we're scared to like overstep sometimes, and I think that's been like the blossom of our friendship has just been the fact that like when you speak your truth and you're real, and people don't know that, and that's possibly why people are sometimes like, whoa, like this chick is like
just like, what is up with her? She's extra. She's extra. But yeah, no, I can't. Do you know what my thing's always been is like, it's too exhausting to be anyone else or anything else. I can only be myself. Like that's the energy I have. You know, like I said, reserve your energy, focus your energy on what is worthwhile. Being myself is worthwhile. I can't do anything anyone else is not. It's not my vibe.
Love that. But I mean, like that's. I've always tried to live my life like trying to be the best me I can be, because I'm like I can make a excellent Ed. I'm gonna make a very subpar Joe. I'm gonna make a poor Zamo. Like I can't pretend to be you guys because I'm just not gonna get it.
Also,
But
think how
being me,
exhausting it would be.
exactly. The whole that facade. There were portions of my life where I had like a bit of a mask on. You're trying to like highlight sort of aspects of your personality that aren't really you, and eventually it's like it's too much work, and it's not working the way I want to anyway. Just
exactly.
Be yourself.
Yeah, no. And also by being yourself, also you kind of filter, the energies that you attract, right? Because I mean, if people don't gravitate or like the you that you really are, hi, thank you, next. I mean, don't waste your time, don't waste my time. I know, like it's sounding a little bit harsh, guys, but I mean, like I've been down the road. It hasn't been no, and I don't mean like it's been like, oh my word, my life has been so tough. But I mean, like the biggest thing actually that kind of got me here was when we moved to Norway, right? And I was devastated. Oh, I was like, I don't even know where that place is. Why are you taking me away from my friends? And why do you hate me? What is that? I don't want to go there. And then my dad said to me, do you know what? Friends come and go, but people that are like family, it doesn't matter where you go in the world, they'll still be there. And then obviously in that moment, I was like, oh, what do you mean? Boring. And then whatever. But then when we moved there, I was like, oh my word, I was still in contact with my friends back in South Africa. Like nothing changed in terms of my bonds stayed my bonds. And that's when I realized like people that are supposed to be with you the long haul are going to be there irrespective of where you are, what your journey is, you know, what you're working through. Somehow they'll still see you and who you really are and still show up.
Yeah.
Can I propose something to the viewers actually? Because you've like kind of stemmed something now that I've like just thought about. I don't think we often speak about like our like what do we love? What do you love about yourself? That's my question to the viewers. I'd love.
That's beautiful.
Just one thing. If you can say one thing to us, what is the one thing that you love about yourself? There should be more than one. Hopefully there's more than one. If there's only one, that's perfectly fine. But like, please let us know, because I think we also so often reflect on like what we should be improving on, where our flaws are, what we need to better ourselves with. But oftentimes we don't like reflect, sit back and think about the good within ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think, like, we've spoken so much tonight about being authentically you and what makes you authentically you. And that thing is possibly like that beautiful, beautiful thing that you're not
Yes.
necessarily always grasping.
Yeah, exactly. And it should be your anchor, you know,
Yes.
going with the pirate theme. The pirate
go-to.
theme is your anchor.
I got that. What the?
I do. I'll laugh in like 5. I'm not gonna give you the
You were on a boat, guy. You were on a boat. The theme, August,
Anchor.
sea.
I don't want to give you the satisfaction, Zamor. Don't want to give you the satisfaction.
Wow. And
Joe,
there we go, back in the Amazon. Shade.
Joe, why don't you start? What's your favorite thing about you?
I think possibly the favorite thing about myself is my openness. And I've always thought that it's possibly like my best and my worst quality, because I think I've been hurt so often in the past. My mom's always been the person to tell me, like, Joe, be careful who you trust, be careful who you open up to. But it's just something, and I'm sure my mom is possibly one of these viewers. So, Mom, if you're watching, like pop a message there. Yeah, like I've been hurt a lot in the past from being open with what I share. But it's also been the one thing I've never been able to change. No matter how many times I get told, Joe, stop it, like you're only going to hurt yourself in the process. If someone asks me a question, I'll always like be open about like my experience. Where my advice to someone will always be like as real as like it can possibly be. And I personally think it's one of the things that makes me like authentically me. And I do know the harms around it towards myself, but I do think it's what's gotten me to hashtag lit lower body. I was like, what? Ed, wrong time. I'm like trying to have a moment.
Promo.
I'm like, this is and multitasking. The streaming thing's a lot, man. My bad.
So I mean, like, see, this is my long-winded side coming out again. But yeah, possibly just being very, very open. I am an oversharer, but it's done with goodness, I feel. So one of you two.
But I mean, it's a strength. It's a strength though, because you are repeatedly making yourself vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's actually then an issue it's an issue of people abusing that privilege of you being vulnerable in front of them. For me, it's less a you thing and it's a them thing.
I hear you.
Yeah. They're just letting you know. Everyone else will let you know who needs to be around you actually in the long term. Yeah. It's like something I used to tell a friend of mine all the time was when people show you or tell you who they are, believe them. Believe them.
True. First time's enough, eh?
Yeah. No, very true.
And you?
And Zama, what do you?
I'll ask you first. Thank you.
Okay. What I like most about myself would have to be the fact that I'm a very logical, down to earth, grounded person. Like I don't tend to get overly emotional about things. Even when things go wrong, I'm the type to like sit back, let me think through this thing. Like, how do I actually feel? Why do I feel the way I feel? Are my thoughts actually correct? So I tend to like I try not to knee-jerk react to things. I try and like sit back, let me process my thoughts and feelings first, and then sort of react to it. So that's kept me out of trouble plenty of times. It's gotten me into a little bit of trouble when a knee-jerk reaction would have probably been better. But I think it's one of the things I like about myself. The fact I tend to stay cool and calm even when the situation is a little bit more chaotic.
Yeah. Can I talk to that? Because I did a little module in one of the courses. It was that it was in the Take Back Your Power month, and it was Take Back Your, oh my goodness. It was one of the modules, but like spoke into that actually of how good it is to like think before you speak. And we often like just react on emotion all the time without actually taking a step back and letting just your thoughts simmer for a second. Because so often we don't think about what we're actually contributing to the other person. And if you actually reflect and take that in about what you're feeling, process it, give a little
digest it.
time, exactly, you're most likely your way of communicating. And I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with is not thinking before they speak. And it's always about like the way you communicate something is of such importance. So I think the fact that you actually don't react immediately, you rather like take a step back, take a stance. I think that's beautiful, Ed. I really do.
I'm not gonna lie, Ed, but if I was in a fight with you and you were just yourself, they're all quiet and calm and making a person look like they're crazy because you're just like and you're just like okay. Meanwhile, you're just like kind of taking in what is being said and you're like okay, maybe she means this, and I'm busy going roo, and you're just sitting there. I'm gonna go from 8 to 12,000 because I'm like, are you even listening to me? Like, why is there no reaction? So yeah.
That's why I said it's gotten me into trouble, because I have recent examples that come to mind where like a more emotional response would have probably been received better, and
when
here I
am.
am.
The person that's here. If you meet the person that's here, you meet them here, but you're just chilling.
You meet them here, not lower. And I am like very calm, very cerebral, and they're like, "Do you even care?" And I'm like, "Don't take my calmness for not caring. I'm processing."
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but there's also a difference between being like a mute. Like obviously, if someone's verbalizing something to you and they're passionate, like you can't just look at them, because I'm also gonna get annoyed with you and most likely throw you with something. But like,
so violence is not the answer.
I'm not a violent person, but like I mean, it's always good to be like Angel. I mean, whatever you call this person, Steve. Like I actually just on like I completely hear you out. I'm also actually like a little bit emotional about this, but like give me a second, let me think about this, and then we're gonna come back. And I want to actually on that just talk to Sharon, which is the more I simmer, the more I stew. And I was that person.
Sharon.
It's true. Like I was that person, and I was actually with my partner. We were in Plet, and we decided one night to actually like get into the jacuzzi and do one of comms with Kathleen.
Oh wow!
And
yeah.
the one she did, like we obviously focus on a lot of breathing, and then she said, have a conversation with, like, think of a situation of someone that you want to confront and have a conversation with them and confront them in your mind. And she was like, what? And then we did like breathe work, and she was like, breath work, Joseph, speak properly. And then she was like, what was that person's response to you? And obviously you're thinking this, what is that response? And then we did some breath work again. And then she said, okay, now after a bit of time, think about what you want that person's response to be, and now rephrase the way you've confronted that person. And it's magical, right? And it's magical how you actually restructure and rephrase what you want to verbalize based on the response that you want to receive. So Sharon, I'm going to find that calm with Kath and send it your way. So you don't...
But you know what it is? But you know also, Sharon, what the thing might be why you're stewing is because when you're not dealing with it, you're actually just replaying the frustration in your mind. You're not actually assessing why you feel the way you feel, what was the actual cause, or if it is that, and what does that actually mean, and how would you like to resolve it? You're actually just like beep 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 the whole time until you have the conversation, just beep 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 beep, and then by the time that you're supposed to have the conversation, you'll beep. So then it doesn't really, because there wasn't any, like, you didn't kind of talk yourself through it. But I'm with you. Sometimes I'm also just ready. If you give me longer, I'm training for it. I'm training for it. It just depends what it is, though. It just depends what it is.
All depends. No, that's beautiful. But what do you like about yourself? Like that's a grand finale.
Oh no, don't give me that pressure. But what I like about myself is I generally like my heart. I don't give it away very easily, but I open it easily. And when it's open, I will let it in. I will let all things in, and I will nurture, and I will love, and I will care, but without giving pieces of myself away. I don't know how I've gotten to that point. I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, and I think that's why I love this job, guys. Oh, that's why I love this job, because I get to like let people into, and maybe that's also probably like a bad thing also, because I'm so emotionally invested in my people's journeys. Like that's like I want you to win. And sometimes I think, I'm sure for some people they're just like, wait, sit down a little bit, step back. You don't know me like that. But I really, really, like, my heart just opens. And do you know also why? I think because myself working through my body issues and stuff like that, and to actually ask someone to help you with your body and how you feel about your body. And like, it's such a vulnerable thing. So that's why when I have the opportunity and the blessing for someone to trust me with that journey, oh, for sure, I'm gonna let you in my heart. How can I not? How can I not? And that's kind of like my thing. I'm proud of the fact that I can do that. I can open it, I can let you in, but I won't let you take a piece of me in a bad way, in that it takes away from me. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
I need to get better at that, because as I can let anyone in to like that outermost circle. I struggle letting people into like deeper levels. I have
Okay.
I'll keep everyone in arm's reach. I'm friends with you. Yes. Just don't get too close.
But you're like, there's that track that you are within the parameter.
There's a bubble right here in the center. That's me and me alone. Everyone else is at varying distances from that.
But I mean, I think but that's also something to work and to reflect on in your own journey, right? Because it's not necessarily, because sometimes one would assume that, oh, it's from hurt that you've experienced, but sometimes it's from hurt that you've seen. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like seeing people being vulnerable and seeing how they crumble, and not because you've experienced that, but you've seen someone in so much pain that you're like, but why would I put myself through that? Because then you only see the bad, but you don't actually see the good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could, like, it's multifaceted in that. So that's your journey, Ed.
I'm working on. It's a work in
but
progress.
also, I just want you to know that I janed my way into that crevice. I'm in there. Thanks. You might not know. Ooh, ninja style. I'm in there.
Like, listen. For first signs, when you have my private number, then you know you're in a good circle. You're in a good circle. You have my private number.
Actually, also, I say that like I'm winning, but you could have another number and you gave me a number, but it might not be your private number, and I'm thinking I'm winning. Meanwhile, you're sitting there doing the fool.
We'll share numbers after this, someone, and see who's winning. Happy to do that. We can catch Ed out here properly.
Oh no, hilarious.
Team, it has been so amazing talking to you and catching up. That's why I love it. Everyone always thinks that the Pow Wow podcast is for their entertainment. I'm like, I'm just catching up with friends. That's what I'm actually doing.
Yeah, no, it's true. I think that's why time goes by so fast.
I know. You got 2 chatterboxes tonight. I'll tell you that.
Hey, verbal diarrhea.
I'm glad you're in the middle, Ed. It's good that you're separating the two of us.
I was just, it was just the two of you. This would have been like a 3-hour long podcast.
We probably wouldn't have seen that there's any cutoff, or probably seen that there were any questions or comments. We probably just would have been like, yeah, but no Joe, but yeah, Summer, but no, it would have been a mess. No structure, just mess.
But listen, I'm looking forward to you guys. I'm looking forward to what you guys have happening. Joe, with your 30-day program coming out with Louis, Zama with your 90-day one-on-one coaching program. Super excited for how that's going to go. I love hearing the feedback from you guys, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best with how everything goes.
Thanks, friends.
Thank you for tonight.
And thank you, everybody, for listening to the madness and just giving us love and your time. And Tennille, I saw you were listening. You said you were listening to us while you were cooking. Girl, what did you cook? Post a photo. We want to do a master chef. Thanks.
I also love the multitasking. Like, yes, please.
I mean,
you know, time effectively tonight. And that's what I like.
No, winning.
Honestly, I'll keep this chat going, but I'm low key hungry, so I want to go make my food.
not that low key if you had to say it. Okay. But love you guys. Thank you so much.
Cheers, team. Cheers, everyone. Have a fantastic evening. Oh, wait. How do I exit this thing? I forgot how to stream.
Wow.
So Samuel, how
Now
are
it's
you?
just
Babe?
awkward.
I got it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.